Hello, Totally Workwear Cairns. Good morning. It's James McNamara here. This video is to introduce you to the 90-day Leadership and Growth Challenge that we're going to be doing together over the next 3 months. I met Jenny and some other wonderful people from TWW Cairns at the Totally Workwear State Conference on the Sunshine Coast. I spoke there on leadership in small business and offered the opportunity for the store owners to take part with their teams in a dynamic 90-day program. So the opportunity was for the executive, for the team leaders and for the salespeople to become involved with a program. We're going to do it all online. That's the way to deal with distance nowadays, but also with COVID, more and more of the learning and development opportunities are going online, as you understand. So what I wanted to do today is give you a welcome and take you through a few bits and pieces to help you get prepared. So let me put myself up in the top right hand corner and we'll snap on with it. So welcome along, of course. Let me tell you about the 90-day Leadership and Growth Challenge. So there are 3 streams to this program. There's the executive, so that's for the business owners and people who operate at a general manager type level. There's the team leaders, so that incorporates anybody who supervises people within the business. And then there's salespeople. And look, at the end of the day in small business, you could really say that just about everybody's got some role to play in sales. So the good thing is that Jenny's involved a whole bunch of you in the program, which is the right thing to do. The more opportunity to spread learning throughout the organisation, the better. And the more opportunity you have as a team to then share those ideas and refine things and put things in place just the way you want them for your store there in Cairns. So it's 90 days long, give or take. There'll be one focus area per month for each of those streams. Now, when you log on to the online site, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute, you'll be able to, you'll get some introduction and it'll take you through the program, how it's structured across its streams and across the 3 months. But one focus area per month. We're going to do 3 webinars per month. So the idea is that we start off when we deal with a topic and we give you some things to go away and implement. And then we'll come back just after halfway through the month or a couple of weeks down the track and we'll have a look at some wins from the field and we'll also deal with any challenges that may be coming up, do some refinement, do some extension, then go back out into the field for another week and we'll finish off the topic with a good Q&A and discussion just to round that out. This seems to be the preferred method nowadays for people to grapple with new or extended information. Instead of having one big data dump all at once, let's do some bite-sized chunks, go and have a go, and then be able to get your questions answered and hear from others. So we'll have people from a bunch of different stores on those webinars, which is good. Now there's also going to be other pre-recorded sessions as well. I'm going to do some things like understanding personalities in business, which is really good, not only for team leadership, but also for those of you who deal with customers walking in all the time. You get all sorts of interesting and different folk coming in, don't you? So I want to arm you with some knowledge around how to work with, how to firstly pick different personality types and then be able to work with those. And that's just one of a range of things that will be coming through. So pre-recorded sessions will get added as you go. And the good news is, and I'll cover it later, is that you get ongoing access to this learning site. So once the 90 days is over, you can keep coming back and diving into that material and having a look at it and refreshing for yourself. So the learning site, I'm going to take you through it in a minute. But the login details will be emailed to you. So that's going to come through from support@7leadershipdomains.academy. So it's a funny email address, but the .academy is the giveaway. The instructions are inside the site. As I said before, there's a welcome video to take you through and there's lots of instructions there. Lots of info and, like I said, permanent access. So get into it and we'll build that up over time. So we're going to start the 90 days with just the basics in the site. That's really important so you don't think, whoa, it's overwhelm. When you first log on, there's only going to be the preparation material for your ignition session. Now this is a great session. So we're going to get just your team together, right? Just Totally Workwear Cairns. We're going to get them together in the boardroom. It'll be facilitated by me, but we're going to go through some big picture thinking and look at some of that strategic planning elements. I want you to prepare for that by going through some concepts online. So I've already pre-recorded some short videos, 10 or 15 minutes, nothing over the top, and there's some little worksheets there as well. And all that's designed to do is to get you thinking about the concepts. I'm sure you've found, if you've ever been involved in a discussion where there might be some concepts that are new to you, sometimes it's a bit hard to take part. You might sit there going, oh, I don't know what to say. So what I wanted you to do was to have some pre-learning and to do some worksheets so you can grapple with some of the ideas and concepts yourself. It's not a test. You don't have to hand those in. It's not like homework and the teacher's going to mark it or any of that nonsense. It's just to give you an opportunity to really be able to take full part in that session. So that ignition session is going to be a webinar. Put this date in your diary, the 13th of April. So next week at 8 a.m. we're going to kick off. Allow an hour and a half. I'm going to do my level best to go through it in an hour. But as you know, with these things, they can tend to run on a little bit. So block out an hour and a half in your diary, please. And there's some preparation work to do on the learning site. So the learning site, login details, email. I just did that. Demonstration of the learning site. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, let me put this up in front of you now. So when you log in, you're going to get a welcome. We'll tell you all about this little model here as we go through, but I wanted to put that right up front because you'll become familiar with that. If you need any support, you can contact support at 7leadershipdomains.academy. Play this little video to introduce you. It's about 12 minutes long, so it gives you a good comprehensive overview of what we're going to do in the program. Then you'll scroll down and there'll be your details. I've just done a mock one here. Your profile photo may or may not get pulled in, depends on that. So if you've got just a blank avatar looking figure, then that's cool. Don't worry about that. Your first name, last name, and whatever. Don't worry about earned points. I haven't set points up for this because it's not really a competition, so don't worry about that. But you will see you are registered for 2 courses. The 90-Day Leadership and Growth Challenge, and there's also a bonus course which is Understanding Google My Business. So any of those of you who are involved with the social media side of the business in Cairns, that's a very comprehensive course. It's a 5-part course on understanding how to dominate with Google My Business. And Google My Business is a very, very good tool to use for local search. So if people are typing in search terms related to your business, if you do that well, if you optimize Google My Business well, within a 10K radius of where you are, and I know Cairns reasonably well, you think how far 10K takes you from where you are on that side of town. It covers a lot of territory. And you can come up in the Google Maps and all of that other stuff if you're not already. Now, the other interesting thing is you can optimize for more things than what you perhaps are already coming up for and expand that. That program is recorded by myself and a buddy of mine who's an internet marketing expert. So he's the real brains behind the Google My Business. But there's a 5-part session there, as well as access to a 100-page guide. Very comprehensive piece of material that's included for you. Let's have a look now at how the 90-day challenge comes together. So it shows you your progress if you click that down. I've just gone and done 1 step of this just to show you what it's like. But you click on the little blue 90-day Leadership and Growth Challenge, and here we go. It opens up. There's a welcome video for you there. do these in order. So ignition session for team leaders and sales. That's the very first thing you do right here. Then ignition for executive in month 1. I want the executive to do this bit. Very similar content, but there's one extra piece that I want the executive to do that the team leaders and sales aren't doing. Then as we move forward, more content will be added to team leaders for month 1 and salespeople for month 1. And then I'll add the month 2 in, and then I'll add the month 3 in. We're going to build this up as we go rather than slap you with a whole heap of things. The other reason why we're building as we're going is the 3 webinars we run each month are going to be recorded and placed here so you can review them, or if you're sick that particular day or what have you, you can see the recordings. Now please come to the live sessions. I can't stress that enough. Just because things are recorded doesn't mean that it's appropriate to say, oh, I'll catch up on the recording, because you know as well as I do, how often do you ever catch up on the recording? So the recordings are there when it's unavoidable that you miss, but I want you, and so does Jenny, to diarise for you to be at those webinars. We're going to, again, allocate about an hour and a half, and I'm going to do my best to get them done in an hour. You can log on to this site from mobile devices, from tablets, from computers, wherever you are. So if you're out and about with a customer, just be able to log on with your smartphone and put the headsets in, and you'll see it and hear it clear as a bell. So that's all good. So listen, ignition session. Let's have a go and see what's in here. So when you click that, this opens up. The green dot here means I've completed this first one. Yeah. So when you click it, and the grey dots mean I haven't completed it. Yeah. So you click it to open it. Here, this little red piece here, if there's a worksheet, there'll be a clickable link here in red for you to download the worksheet. The very first topic doesn't have a worksheet, but I've noted it. There is no worksheet. So you can, that's the place you go to download the worksheet, and you play the video, right? I want to show you then the next topic. So that opens up. This has a downloadable. You can see the 2 little things here. Click to download this topic's worksheet, and when you click that, a PDF will start to download. I want you to print those out, and the idea is you write on them. As I said, you don't have to resubmit them, but I know from all my studies in accelerated learning and having taught people adult learning for many, many years, when people actually get their head into a topic and use a pen and a piece of paper to note down their thoughts and ideas, the learning is accelerated beyond a shadow of a doubt. So that's why it may sound a little old school to print things out and write on them, for goodness sake, but it's the best way to learn. So let's do that, and then you can play the video. See this mark complete button here? When you've played the video from start to finish, that will become available for you to mark complete. So I've set this up so you do have to do step by step by step, and you can't sort of progress to the next one until you've done the one before, and that just makes sure that you get all the information. I want to show you something here. If I go back to the lesson, let's say I just click on this one here. So what I've completed the first one. The second one is ready for me to go. But what happens if I wanted to skip over and go to the third one? No information shows. And so you go back to the lesson and make sure you complete the topic. And you do have to just get into the habit. Click that mark complete button. Once the video gets to the end, that'll pop up and become available. And what you'll find is that these will grow and grow and grow as time goes on. We'll have more and more topics come into. I'll just take you back to the very front. Excuse me. So more and more lessons will come through, and within those lessons we'll have topics. So anyway, I won't go on more about that. That's the overview of the learning side. It should be fairly familiar. In the welcome email that comes to you with your username and password, and I'll be doing those this afternoon and into this evening. There's a fair few people from Total Workwear coming at Cairns, so it takes me a little while to set up each account. But they'll start coming through to your email addresses. They'll have your username and your password on them for you to log in, which will be good. So I want you to enjoy the journey with us. Come prepared to contribute and to be involved. This is a really solid opportunity. I've had a lot of experience in this field, particularly in dealing with other businesses. So the business to business market, I'm called into fairly high level training. I used to travel to Cairns when Katarina Carroll was Assistant Commissioner of Queensland Police and Wayne Weston was Assistant Commissioner of Fire and Rescue up there, and I trained their sergeants and senior sergeants a number of times throughout the year. I've been up there and trained with the university and the TAFE. I've done training with Cairns Hardware up there, the Blue Nurses Association up there as well, and a range of others around the place. So I've got some really good things that I want to share with you throughout this journey. I think that it's important also to be prepared to try some new things. At no time am I going to suggest you throw out what you're doing and take on a whole new way of doing things. I prefer the continuous improvement route, which means that you can take on some learning, consider what you're doing and think, hey, what if I made a 5-degree change? Can that help me with a better result? And the way to improve results in business is not one big sweeping change. It's little improvements day by day, week by week, and where you get to at the end of the year is a real significant point of improvement. And we want to start that journey in the next 90 days together. If you have any challenges or you get really, really stuck, in that welcome email will be my personal mobile number. And through the 90 days of this course, you're able to give me a call. I'll either answer the phone or I'll get back to you as soon as I can if I'm in with other clients. But it's my commitment to support you and help you out as much as I can, as quickly as I can. Okay, then everybody, I can't wait to see you on the webinar on next Tuesday. It might be good, Jenny, if we do a test. So maybe you or one of your support people, we can do a little test Zoom webinar together just to make sure that everything's A-OK. And then we'll be able to bowl ahead with no problems on the Tuesday morning. All right then, everybody, great to meet with you. Look forward to working with you over the next 90 days, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye for now.